Hey everyone, this is Casey. I decided I have a bunch of P365 parts and FCUs, and for some of the newcomers or even some of the veterans that may have this platform or some that are actually looking into this platform, I thought I would showcase a few of the builds and kind of see what you're show you what you're looking at, and make up your own mind. So the good thing about the P365, if you don't already know, is that it is modular. It is serialized, the internal FCU, which is this little piece of the heart of the gun right here, internally, can be swapped out between grip modules, slides. I mean, this thing has so many just options that you can get yourself into. So before we go in, we have a clear empty mag, clear inside. So I wanted to show you on my 3.1 inch P365 slide, I have night vision suppressor height sights, Holosun EPS carry. This right here is the Black Steel USA foldable thumb ledge, which goes into the takedown lever. I have an internal Armory Craft spring kit, as well as the M Carbo trigger. Just to let you see real quick. And there. So in the standard configuration, oh, and the hoe grip. So I like a little bit more girth on my grip. So this is the standalone 365 small boy in its configuration. Now we're going to break her down to some other configurations for you. You're going to slide this up, take out the slide, and if you get this little thumb ledge, yes, it does stick a little bit. So we're going to set that little bitty off to the side there. We're going to take our little grip module. We're going to take a little punch, and we're just going to pop this little pin out of the back there, and then let it fall freely. Then you're going to just take this, and then you're just going to rotate it. And as my P365 FCU has been taken apart and put back together quite a few times, so it does pop out just a little bit every once in a while there. So there's my FCU. Next, we're going to put it just in, well, the XL module. Pop that in and take our little pin and just pop that in there. Now, you got one of two things here. You can either, and by the way, there is a little safety lever inside of there, so if you're having trouble, you just got to push that ding down. But there is the P365X 12 round mag, kind of standard one that Sig comes with. Next, pop that little thing off again, take our little punch, pop that out. I'm going to be doing this a lot, but I want to show you all the configurations that this thing is capable of, in case there's one specific one that you're possibly looking for. This just has to twist. So we're going to send the XL slide off the side. Next, we have the XL Wilson Combat. Aggressive texturing. Did a little side texturing there. And again, it's all personal preference. Just whichever one you feel fits your carry. No, I do not have the tungsten tungsten rods inside this grip module. I never got around to putting them in, but if you want a little added weight, there's 2 slots inside this grip that you can actually put them into to give you a little bit more balance and weight. So there's that one. I'll line that up. Pop that down. And boom. There's your Wilson Combat one. And this is just a Tyrant CNC back plate that I threw on there. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But it's got some good aggressive texturing on the back and the front. Sides are a little smooth for my taste, but it's a very comfortable carry. I do have these base plates that are custom made for this grip module. So you got a little texture on the front there. You got a little slots in here for ripping the mag out if you need to, but you get a full grip purchase. It doesn't add anything to the capacity. Still got 12 rounds in here, but for carry purposes, this is a valuable carry option here. All right, let's drop that mag. Next, I'm not trying to go too fast with this, but there are a lot of configurations, and I know there's tons more out on the market. This is just what I have on hand, so yeah, that little lever always kind of gets me every once in a while. So all right, let us move up. I think that was all the small ones that I have, so let's do a little bit of modification here. So now we're going to move on to my personal favorite, the macro frames. So we're going to take these barrels out, and I do have a XL slide here. So just going to show this before I go a little bit further. This is the Armory Craft grip module. It's got some pretty decent texturing on the front. It's got the Radian backstrap with the Radian magwell. It's got all these little points there. But this, I guess, is what you'd call the Tac Ops version because it doesn't have the compensator in the top. This is just my old one. As you can see, I stripped its guts and used it in a different slide, which I'll show you here in a little bit. So that's what that one looks like. But that's realistically not the one I want to show you. This is the Shalotech P365 XXL, I believe it's called. It's got the comp on the front with the 2 side ports there. It's got a few lightning cuts on the side. I got a Safari Precision fluted barrel inside. This is just the standard P365 XL spring. And then I took all the guts from this and I threw it into this. And these are just some fiber optic sights here with the blacked out rear. So let's throw that FCU into one of these and show you what I got. As long as I don't lose that. Don't get discouraged by the... Oh. And I had that little piece in there. Why didn't you tell me? So, got that in there. I'm going to pop this little pin in. Okay, like that. So now, here's the Armory Craft. Just want to show you all the little laser stippling all the way around. And for those of you possibly wondering, this is not that aggressive. I mean, compared to the standard macro frame, which I have right here, all they did was take one of these macro frames and they laser stippled it all the way around. It's got a little bit of texture, but not a whole bunch. But compared to the two, this is a little bit more aggressive, but nothing to write home about on that one. So first, the Shalotech. What that looks like. Now, We're going to take that slide off. And then, like I said before, we're going to do a little bit of Frankensteining here. Radiant Ramjet Afterburner, my personal favorite. Put that in there. Put your spring in. Your slide-in cup. Push in. Yeah, and I know everything's a little bit gritty, and a little bit dirty looking, but my guns get used. I just haven't cleaned them. So, you're going to T10 it. Screw that into there till it's tight. Okay, so now we got that on. One of my nice lightweight carries is the Radiant Ramjet mix. The back strap, the magwell, the Black Steel USA collapsible thumb ledge, and the comp. Pretty slick looking there. And that is what I have for the polymers. Now, let's move on to the metals. Take that off, set that to the side for now, move that out of our way. Here comes out the FCU again. Pop that out, move to the side. Try not to lose any pieces in the process. Set that to the side. So, we have the Shalotech grip module for the macro. And you can see a lot of marring and scraping and stuff from lights, mags. I've got the magwell in this one. It's got the G10 grips that kind of contour to the hand. Very comfortable extended mag release on this one. Now, the one caveat on this one, which I'm a little disappointed in, is that this thumb ledge, they don't specifically make one for this grip module, so it is going to stick up just a little bit. So, first one I'll show you is the Shalotech. As you can see, it's a little bit wonky, but there is the Shalotech XXL. I believe this is the Sentinel slide. It's configuration. Still really nice trigger and setup. Then, again, my personal favorite, the Radiant Comp version. Again, this scrapes a little bit down here, as you can see from a little bit of the scrapes and around, but feels super comfortable in the hand, nice to carry, and this magwell does come off. There's a little screw in here that you just take off and just pop this off. This has a little thumb ledge underneath it, but I do really enjoy this one. So let's move on to my final one that I just recently got. Let's get that out of the way. And this one is a little finicky, so we're going to set that off to the side. Now, let's Legion it up a little bit. The new aluminum grip frame from Sig, the Legion. You got your texture point there, underneath, diamond pattern going around the back and the front. This little magwell from Tactical Pontoon or Tactical Development, I can't remember which. I made this fit with a different screw in there, so I got that on there with the extended mag release. So, now, there we go. Told you, some of these just take a little bit of time to work around and work with. There we go. And sometimes you got to force some more than others. So, got the pin in, a little bit more. Now, First, I will show you what the Shalotech looks like. That sits a little bit more flush there. There is the Shalotech with that grip module. And now, back to my favorite one, the Radian Legion. So, whether they're looking for kind of mid-size small, extra small, a little bit more texture pattern, design, polymer with a few added additions, custom metal, or just the basic, or if you really want to go high-end, the Legion with removable grip panels, which you can get some aluminum brass or aluminum grips from lock grips as well. You have so many options in this platform to work with. Your slides, your internals, pretty much like a Glock. They have so many aftermarket support that the sky's really the limit with this thing. I've seen tons of different slides, accessories, grips, triggers, springs. I mean, you name it, they've got it. Anything you want, whenever you want. I've also got, something else I was going to show you. This is my IWB holster for the X Macro from Tolster. Single metal clip with wing. Now, one caveat with having this, which is really nice, this is made for it, but fits, covers the trigger guard. But one thing you'll notice is the gap. Now, it's not overly pressing on your body and doesn't mess with the retention, and that thumb ledge just pops right out. Goes right in. So if you're looking for a quality holster too for this, I suggest Tolster. I have a bunch of them from IWB to OWBs. So hopefully this helps you new people looking for which build you want to work with, or what parts you want to mess with, or anything that questions you might have had. So if there's any other questions, please drop them in the comments. Like and subscribe. Hope this helped you out, and I hope you all have a great night. Have a good one.